Do the police have the right or jurisdiction to decide who and who is not a member of the press or a reporter of some kind? Increasingly, as a matter of course, the police are using the idea that you must have a press pass and it must be issued by the National Union of Journalists or it is not considered valid. I witnessed a journalist friend being refused access to Julian Assange's trial on the basis that he did not have a valid press card. He showed them his International Federation of Journalists card, which was refused. He then had to scramble around getting a UK NUJ card to be allowed access. Many international observers also had difficulties in accessing the trial. I've seen multiple live reporters being detained. I have been threatened with fines, equipment confiscation and arrest myself. I've also been targeted for other offences by police subsequent to documenting events, vigils and political protest. Recently, I have seen police using COVID powers to threaten the public with arrest or fines if they don't go home. The COVID laws refer to gatherings, not a single individual outside a court on an important case. That ironically is at the core of these very freedoms. The police making the assertion that individuals arriving to an important court case constitutes a gathering is questionable in itself. But to then use COVID laws to threaten with arrest and effectively try to shut down all support outside the court is very worrying indeed. One passionate supporter of Julian's, who did manage to dodge the police, was exclaiming his joy at the decision not to extradite Julian. Whilst filming, I was completely struck at how absolutely overwhelmed with joy he was. A few minutes later, I heard the chant, "Let him go," and rushed over to see Alberto surrounded by police and apparently detained. For the crime of what exactly? Being happy of court outcome? Perhaps this exclamation of joy was interpreted as some sort of sanctioned political incitement. Alberto has been outside the embassy or at a protest week in, week out for a decade, and of course he's happy. The police are insensitive at best and downright mean and unlawful at worst. As someone who documents as a sort of therapy, a cleansing, am I then not allowed to document events if they are political? We live in a democracy, and freedom of speech is at the core of a functioning democracy. If independent filmmakers and journalists and live reporters face a gauntlet of never-ending structured harassment on the basis of the possession of and type of a press card, we don't have freedom of press or free speech anymore. A scary snapshot of the sort of twisted logic the police were using to justify questioning my legitimate right to be covering the hearing result was that I had a Julian Assange badge on my jacket. I told them I was given the badge by an Assange supporter. The idea that someone who covers an important case, possibly affecting the future of free journalism and the right to report on crimes of the state, is deeply sinister. When police act in this manner and abuse regulations to intimidate and disperse the public, we are getting dangerously close to losing our rights to have a voice. If the press have to be in a single union, this is also problematic. There are other official recognised bodies and unions, but most reporters and journalists I know have had trouble unless they have NUJ passes, both on the street and reporting in courts. Being a filmmaker is a more drawn-out perspective, in some cases, of news, events or developing situations than newspapers and TV reporting. That should not be a justification that you aren't allowed to document or report on events, be that court proceedings, a protest or some other item of interest. To that, I say free the press, free Assange. No, I don't have a press card. I'm a filmmaker.
You're a filmmaker?
Yeah.
So you're not a press?
Well, I'm not happy where you are.
Well, yeah, I am documenting it.
You're documenting it, but you're not actually a press officer, which obviously blocks the advertising.
Yeah. So you have to The reason I've spoke to you is because I've seen you setting up with someone else.
Well,
I've seen you setting up a stall, okay? And you have things like flags. Your face mask says free Assange. Okay?
Yeah.
So I have a suspicion that you are going to be part of this gathering today.
I'm
so I'm saying to
anybody.
you, you are not allowed to be part of any gathering. you understand? This is part of the COVID regulation, okay? You're not supposed to be part of the
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Are you here working today?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay, can I look at your press card then?
I haven't got my press card with me. I have my card, which I've already shown to one officer already. I'm recording with the phone as well. Yeah, because, well, no, it's just some of the stuff that's going straight up online.
Understand you are stealing?
I have been given the authorization.
This is stolen property
to take
now.
This and put it
I am
on our
authorised
van,
as the
okay?
owner of this
I am saying
to take
to you
it
now,
home.
when I spoke to you before, you didn't want to speak to me, and it's very
I don't even know
convenient
who you
call.
are.
So I'm going to put this in our van and I'll speak to you in a
No,
minute.
this is my property. You're stealing property. Okay, witness, police, stealing property. Police are robber thieves.
The police were just talking to you. What were they saying?
They said this is an Assange protest. You've been warned. Go home. And I said, so Assange you cannot mention. And they said, no, you can mention whoever you want to do, but I'm telling you now, this is an illegal protest, and you have to go home. And I said, I'm here.
Under what regulations?
Under the COVID law, they've taken away all right to protest. They said.
So you can't stand alone with a plaque or something like that?
No, apparently not.
Right.
Anyone who they warned had to go home.
Okay.
So I said I was here to witness a court hearing, and he said, no, you've been here before, you're an Assange protester.
Okay, thank you very much.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
CP.
Are you under the
Can I
influence of
take?
something? Are you under the
Can I
influence of
take
something?
your number, please? as
820.
well? Right.
820. Look, it's everyone. It's there for everybody to see. Look.
That's why we need the independent press, and thank God we can still do that.
You're going a little bit
Please,
above and
will you
beyond.
leave me alone?
No,
I'm
no,
not.
no.
You are asking.
It's not gonna be
Please
that.
leave me alone. I'm doing nothing
We're
wrong.
asking you to go home.
I'm doing nothing wrong.
You're
Exercise.
Talking,
No,
absolute,
listen.
You're talking
And
absolute nonsense.
to exercise his right to free speech,
You're not allowed
to
to
say
do
that what you are doing is wrong.
Yeah. Can you let me speak, mate?
Yep.
You are not allowed to do that today.
Which law
To
am
sum-
I not
to sum it
allowed
up,
under?
Okay. Regulation 9 of the COVID.
Yeah.
COVID
Which
regulation,
COVID?
Okay. Listen to me. Right.
Yeah.
Wait there 2 seconds. I'm going to read something out to you. Listen instead of speaking for a minute. Just listen.
Okay.
Listen.
This is a farce.
Just
You are
listen.
harassing
Regulation
one
9
person
Listen.
of the
expressing
COVID
your
Health Protection
view.
Regulations
And
Act
it's an absolute
2020.
farce,
No.
and the world should see
Just
this.
listen.
You are not listening, are you? No person
I
shall
am listening
participate
now.
in any gathering or any public place outdoors which consists of more than 2 or more people, be it outdoor place, and there's only very limited exemptions.
So if he's on his
those
own,
are-
officer,
I'm asking you to be quiet.
I am on my own, as the gentleman said.
Quite. With regards to being here today, okay, I believe you're going to be protesting, and there's
Well, that's an
evidence within
assumption.
that, yes?
when we are
Continue.
speaking to them. Okay?
Listen,
I'm asking
I'm
you now
sorry.
to please go back to your place of residence. I'm asking you please to go back. If you require verbatim while we're here today, we can read that out to you as well. Would you like that? Would you like that?
I am here working to deliver at lunchtime today
Yeah.
a news report
Right, for who?
for UK Column Today.
Okay, so can you provide information of that?
I can get you
Thank
an
you.
email shortly.
Thank you. No, you can
I've
get
already emailed them to ask me to
Where's
send
that? Where's that
something.
email then?
No, I've already.
Go on then. Get the email out that you've sent.
It's a message. I've just asked them to send me an email.
Your displaying behaviour that doesn't put you at press, it puts you at a protester.
I don't know what what sort
press
of
is
regulations
supposed to be
It's supposed to be
impartial.
independent and
Yeah.
impartial.
to categorise.
You've got don't extradite Assange on your top.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be impartial, aren't you? You're press.
I am a filmmaker, and I am doing a report today for UK Column. Whether I support Julian Assange personally or not.
So why are you trying to challenge? Why are you trying to challenge us when we are speaking to someone who isn't? Yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll seize your camera then. I'll seize your camera, and we will take that into interview. And I'll show you what you said.
I was not challenging you. I was exclaiming to myself that doesn't sound right.
Does press do that? That's not really the role of press, is it? Your press is to document. Surely that's what your role is, not to challenge an interview. What I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and speak to my operational commander now, okay? And I'm going to receive some advice on with regards to seizing property and speaking to you, because I'm not happy with you, especially what you've said, what you're wearing. I don't know if you want to zoom in on what you're wearing today, okay? I'm not satisfied.
By the people who are setting up
I'm not satisfied that you are press. So I'm going to go and speak to my operational commander, and when I come back, I'm either going to give you a ticket or I'm going to seize your camera. So you can either do that, you can either make way and go back to your home or go around the front of the Old Bailey. All right. I don't want to see you again today. If I see you again today, if I see you again today,
the family
I
and
am
the
going
lawyers
to
when
be
they come out
attempting to
making
give
statement.
you a ticket. Okay. I think you're forming part of a gathering here today to protest.
What? With this?
Yes, I believe so. You can buy that from Curry's. You can buy that from Curry's. Okay. You can buy that from Curry's.
No, you can't, mate.
Cool.
This is a £7,000 camera.
No problem. So I'm asking you now to please leave. Please walk through the road. Please go home, back to your residence, please.
Well, let's have a look at what's already the situation in the UK with respect to freedom of speech, because we have a little bit of video here. Again, thank you very much to Drew from LetMeLookTV for this. Have a listen. You may have to listen quite carefully to what's being said here, but have a listen to this. This is somebody outside the Assange trial, an independent journalist, not mainstream media, but nonetheless, this was the reaction of the police to his presence.
I'm asking you now to go back to your residence. Go back to your place. Go back to your place of residence.
Listen,
you've said to me today. Listen to me. You have said to me today. You have said, and it's on body-worn camera, that you have said you're expressing your freedom of speech.
Let the world see this.
Okay. So
that one man has come out to exercise.
Doesn't matter.
And to exercise his vocal cords and to exercise.
You're talking absolute nonsense.
To exercise his right to free speech.
You're not allowed to
say that what.
Did you hear that, David? He was there to exercise.
You're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, so he says he was there.
He's not allowed to say it. He cannot utter the words. Wow.
So that's City of London Police, and that was outside the Assange trial this morning.
On behalf of Julian and myself, I want to thank the millions of people around the world and the institutions that are already calling for this persecution to end. I ask you all to shout louder, lobby harder, until he is free. I call on everyone else to come together to defend Julian's rights. Not just Julian's rights, they're your rights too. Julian's freedom is coupled to all our freedoms, and our freedoms are lost in the blink of an eye. I call on insiders to come forward to expose the full extent of the misconduct that has led to Julian's imprisonment. And I call on the President of the United States to end this now. Mr. President, tear down these prison walls. Let our little boys have their father. Free Julian. Free the press. Free us all.
Well done.